Hello traders and investors, how are you doing today my friends? Welcome to another video here in the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan and today we are going to talk about Palantir. Palantir, the moment I am recording this video, is dropping 0.87%. That's not that good, right? But believe me, I think that's completely acceptable and I am going to explain to you guys why. First, if you are my subscriber, remember, click on the like button, my friend, because this way you're going to support me. Your support is very important to me and it is for free, right? It is just free, so spread the joy and support this channel. If you are new around here, consider subscribing because I think you're going to like this content. I am sure you're going to like this content. Let's take a quick look at the charts over here. When we analyze Palantir, it went up nicely today. At one point, we were going up, but right now we are dropping almost 1%. That's a shame, right? But guys, let's consider this. Palantir went up, we almost hit the 21 EMA in the daily chart, and that's why we are dropping. If we look at the Nasdaq index, the Nasdaq composite, it feels like we are having a rough time around the 21 EMA in the daily chart as well. When we look in the 1 hour chart, it's completely acceptable that we are going to see a pullback to the EMA in the 1 hour chart at least right now. Okay, so if the Nasdaq drops again to its EMA in the 1 hour chart, fine, that's just fine. Maybe there's a very good chance we are going to see a bullish structure, call it pivot point. By doing a pivot point, the chances are the Nasdaq is going to fly again and Palantir will probably follow this movement. Many other stocks, the mega caps, we see Microsoft far away from its EMA in the 1 hour chart, trading around its EMA in the daily chart. If we see pullback over here, we can't complain. Amazon hit the EMA, precisely hit the EMA, and right now we are dropping. And we already retested its EMA in the 1 hour chart, so that's just fine. When we look at Tesla did the exact same pattern. We hit the 21 EMA in the daily chart, and right now we are dropping again. We just feel this gap over here, but we are going to talk about Tesla in more details on our Friday's video. Nvidia hit the EMA, right now is doing a pullback. So guys, it's normal that Palantir is going to do a pullback right now. It is just a shame that we couldn't retest the EMA, we couldn't actually hit the EMA, but this movement is acceptable. It's dropping and right now we are retesting the EMA in the 1 hour chart. Of course, we can't rely too much on the 21 EMA in the 1 hour chart right now because since it is a sideways trend, the EMA gets a little bit useless. But I understand why it's doing the pullback it is doing right now today. And guys, the same points we talked about last week apply, okay? We have the $20 as the main point for Palantir. If we see it breaking this red line, it's gonna be amazing, it's going to be incredible because this point worked as a support 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times in the past, and it worked as a resistance for us on December 9, so okay, that's just fine. It seems the $20 area is a very symbolic price level. If we actually break the $20, we are going to see a double bottom chart pattern. I think it is Adam and Eve type. Okay, one is very sharp, another one is more like a rounded bottom. So if we actually trigger this pattern, the odds are that Palantir will retest the $24 again, meaning we will see roughly 20% upside potential. That's gonna be very good. Potentially it's going to be a midterm reversal chart pattern as well, meaning it could even fly to even higher levels. Honestly, I have a personal target at 31.35. I firmly believe this gap is going to be filled. Since the tech stock sell-off in the beginning of this year, Palantir is one of these stocks that couldn't recover properly. And that's not necessarily Palantir's fault, because the company is still quite good. Its earnings reports are always amazing. It always gives us a very nice, good surprise. And this sell-off, this drop from the 45 to the 20s, is just okay. Many other stocks did the exact same movement. That's why, for instance, ARK ETF is having such a hard time right now. Many stocks dropped, and it feels like the market is still it still doesn't realize yet how many good companies, good stocks are still out there, undervalued, trading at a very unfair price level, let's put this way, and they must recover, especially if we see a very nice movement on the indices, on the Nasdaq. But even if we don't, I think Palantir is a very nice and defensive stock. I hardly believe Palantir is going to drop too much below this point. I wish we could drop to the 17s again over here, this purple line, but it seems we are finding our support level at the 18s, this black line over here. We hit the support level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the past. Okay, it seems the 18s is indeed our next, our most important support level for now. If you look in the weekly chart on Palantir, we almost retested this purple line, but it seems to be just a very gigantic accumulation. A very gigantic accumulation over here. And if you look at other, let me introduce you guys to this chart over here. The OBV is a little bit divergent, meaning we do have insiders buying slowly, Palantir, institutional players buying slowly over here, stealthily. This is why we see this divergence, and the accumulation distribution index is even crazier. Okay, this is crazy. We see very strong divergence while Palantir's support is still the same. Okay, so while the OBV, while the accumulation distribution are all going up, the price is still moving sideways in the midterm, and that's fantastic. I think that's just a very good opportunity for us as retail traders accumulate a little bit more. I don't see too much downside potential on Palantir, but the upside potential is phenomenal. If it actually breaks the $20 again and fills the gap, which is my personal target, we are talking about 57-58% upside potential. If we retest the $45 again, 126%. That's very good. And if you are shorting Palantir, for instance, right now, the downside potential is not that much. I mean, we have a support at the 17s, meaning it could drop more 7%, but that's not amazing, right? 100% is amazing. This is not interesting. Even if we fail and, I don't know, hit the IPO price level again, we are talking about a 48% downside potential. And honestly, I don't believe this is going to happen on Palantir. It is just too strong. It is such a good company. I like its fundamentals are doing amazingly well. One of the most common mistakes I see around are people reading the fundamentals in a wrong way. When you analyze a crystal clear growth stock, you can't analyze its price to earnings ratio, you can't analyze its revenue right now, but you must have some vision for the future. All right, and Palantir has everything I love, so it is looking amazingly good. I really like how Palantir is doing, and if you are still watching this video, I think I deserve your like, I think I deserve your subscription, my friend. Thank you very much for your support. I told you you're going to like this video. Thanks a lot, and I see you guys, let me see, today is Wednesday. I see you guys on our next video, which is going to be on Friday, about Tesla. Thank you very much for your support. Stay safe. Farewell.